For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play? I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in high levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon and welcome to Corinna Reserve for round 10 of the RAA NPLSA. In today's game, pits last season's grand final winners Croydon against the home side, State League 1 minor premiers and Sturt. Sturt currently sitting 6th in the table, coming off a loss to Comets, who got their first win of the season last week, and Croydon sitting in 9th, also coming into this game off a loss last week to FK Beergrad. I'm going to go through the lineups here for your Sturt team. Number 1, Josh Kavanagh. Number 4, Jacob Atkinson. Number 5, Edward Elton. Number 6, Mohammed Motashami. Number 8, Thanasis Lessie. Number 10, Alexander Sortini. Number 12, Harrison Rogers. Number 19, Philemon Asefa. Number 20, Manly Barnett. Number 23, Gonzalo Rodriguez. And number 34, Yoshiki Igarashi. And on the bench, number 3, Sean Garrett. 13, Adam D'Agostino. 15, Dylan D'Agostino. Number 18, Jake Watson. Number 21, Lucas Ruth. And number 30, Mohammed Hassan. And going into your Croydon lineup, starting with number 1, Daniel Margouche. Number 5, Luke Klimic. Number 7, Passia John. Number 8, Adam Martinello. Number 11, Oscar Slattery. Number 14, Edward Stiles, or Ned Stiles as he prefers. Number 15, James Polly. Number 17, Yuya Kato. Number 18, Oliver Trimboli. Number 22, Bol Mapor. And number 23, Freddie Muller. And on the bench for Croydon today, number 6, Christopher Vivian. Number 9, Santana Bartkowski. Number 12, Luca Trimboli. Number 13, Nathan Owen. Number 20, Alexander Good. And reserve goalkeeper number 21, Matthew Voigt. As the two teams make their way out onto the pitch, led by today's match officials, Curtis Wordsworth, assisted by Nick Elligan and Jackson Carman. And leading the line for Croydon is Mr. Croydon, as I like to call him, and many of us commentators do, Lucas Klimic, playing in his 450th game today here at Carina Reserve, and all for Croydon, which is a remarkable effort and seems just to get better with age, just like a fine wine. I am your commentator, Mark Talbot, and thank you for joining me on the FSA League's YouTube channel. With Sturt coming into this game not in the best of form, with 1 win in their last 5 games. And that win coming against Adelaide City here in round 7. And Croydon, the more informed team, with 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss in their last 5, as the teams line up in the middle of the park, getting ready for what is a lot of points on the line today. Croydon, they get a win, can jump up to 5th, up onto 14 points. Sturt currently on 12, so a win will push them up the table as well. So plenty to play for today. Croydon also would like to distance themselves a little bit further from West Adelaide on 10 points, and Adelaide Comets, after getting their first win last week, on 4 points in 11th spot, with Para Hills still currently without a win in 12th on 1 point. Plenty to play for today, as some of the teams like Para Hills coming up against Adelaide United, Adelaide Comets coming up against Metro Stars, West Adelaide against Burkalla, Campbelltown against FK Beergrad, Playford up against Adelaide City in those fixtures today. And all those fixtures are on today due to the fact that Adelaide United played their second leg final last night and unfortunately bowed out of the final series. But what a season it turned out to be for Adelaide United, as most people probably predicted them to not do as well as what they did. And there is a late change to the lineups for Sturt today, as Josh Kavanagh has not made it out after the warm-up. So reserve goalkeeper Lucas Ruth is coming into the starting lineup for his first start. Sturt in their traditional all-orange, kicking from left to right of your screen. Croydon in their traditional white shirts, red shorts, white socks, kicking from right to left. There's Curtis Wordsworth gets us underway, and Atkinson goes long, trying to get the corner for a throw in, but that's going to go out for a goal kick. And that's a shame there for Josh Kavanagh, as he would have come in for his first start of the season in the league, as he's been mostly in the cup, but unfortunately he's not made it out. After the warm-up, Croydon welcome back Martinello into their lineup today after his short injury stint, as Margouche goes long looking for Passia John, and that's going to go over his head, and Elton's going to clear. Here is the 450 gamer Lucas Klimic looking for Oliver Trimboli. He's able to get a touch and turn, but can't beat Motashami in the end, and he clears, but only as far as Ned Stiles. Goes wide to Slattery, but Motashami's there again. And this is going to be a real test for young Ruth in goal today. As I said, Josh Kavanagh, very capable backup, is seemingly injured in the warm-up. As Klimic goes long looking for Passia John, cleared by Barnett. Sturt also missing Michael Moroney today, as is last week, through a hamstring injury, and they're also missing, the reason Ruth's in goal is because Zala Meleg was injured in the Adelaide United game. His shoulder, and he's still feeling the effects of that and unable to play. So that's why Josh Kavanagh was going to start. Here's Philemon Asefa. He goes long looking for Sturt's leading goal scorer in Rodriguez, and he only goes as far as Bulmer All the way back to Margouche, and he's able to play out through young Freddie Muller, who's once coming into the lineup, held his spot very well, and that ball's down the line for Trimboli. Oliver Trimboli up against Barnett, and Barnett wins that one, who's wearing the armband today in the absence of Michael Maroney. As that comes in from Polly into the box, cleared by Sefa, only as far as Martinello, who does hook that towards goal, but over the bar. Just having a look at Motashami, usually a holding midfielder, is filling in at right back today. As Croydon goes short, Sturt goes short, sorry, and then long from Ruth, and he goes very long. Muller gets his head to it first. Slattery's battling between two, and Lessie knocks that ball out of play. Slattery almost gets away from Rogers, does so in the end, and he's not able to beat Barnett, but that falls kindly into the box for Croydon and all the way through to Ruth in goal. As Barnett goes long looking for Rodriguez, and Sortini picks it up. Turns out here's Jacob Atkinson. Here is Igarashi. He goes long looking for Rodriguez and couldn't find him. Igarashi, Japanese import. Played in America's NCAA system last season. He was here from the start of the season, but due to a paperwork issue, was only able to play reserves. He swings one in, and that's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. He was only able to play reserves due to a paperwork issue, but now that the team lists were updated only just recently in the last couple of weeks, he's been able to get back in, or not get back in, but get into that first team, and so very happy that he's able to play now. As Lessie wins that header. Rogers head tennis at the moment, eventually free kick to Sturt. As Sefa, he goes wide to Elton on that far side. Bulmer Paul quickly onto it, as we've come to know from Bulmer Paul, stepping into that midfield role and winning the high ball. And Croydon will take the throw on the far side. As Klimek takes the throw and goes long down the line looking for John. Cleared by Asefa. Won by Cato, but Asefa's there again. Eventually, Elton puts his foot through that, and just feeling the effects of that one. He's a little bit tender after that one, but he's back up on his feet. There's a full round of fixtures today across the HPG Homes State League 1, State League 2 and the RAA NPLSA. All the games. There are a few State League 1 games kicking off later this evening at 7 o'clock. As that's flicked on and it's going to go out for a goal kick. No, corner. First corner of the day to Croydon. Will allow them to send the tall timber forward. Martinello, Bolmer Paul will make their way into the box and join Trimboli, Passia John and Oscar Slattery. Styles and Clemic sitting outside the box. Styles scoring his first goal only a couple of weeks ago. This is swung in by Polly near post. Bolmer can't quite get there, but Cato can, and cleared eventually by Asefa. Rogers is on his bike, he's going to get there first. Big challenge there from Muller, and that goes out for a throw-in. So Muller coming to the side not that long ago. And since he's been in the side, he started every game. Finding himself sitting in that left-sided centre-back role. Croydon happy to keep the ball moving through Margouche, and here is young Muller. He looks to go long looking for Trimboli, but too straight, and that's going to go through to the goalkeeper in Ruth. As this time he goes long, Sortini gets the flick. Muller bodied off by Rodriguez and eventually wins the free kick off Styles. Pleading his innocence there to the man in the middle, and Curtis Wordsworth. He's just taking his time getting back to his feet, but good to see him back on his feet, moving again. Sturt will certainly want to see Rodriguez finish this game, or at least get to that 70-minute mark. Leading goal scorer for them is Lessie. Swings this one straight through the middle in the end, and Bolmer Paul wins, but Leslie gets there for the second ball. Eventually cleared by Martinello. Slattery gets his head to that one, but can't find Trimboli, and Asefa's put under some pressure. And he's up to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. He's very quick. Trimboli slips and can't get there. Trimboli putting Ruth under immense pressure. The clearance into Trimboli, but unfortunately for Oliver Trimboli, he slipped at the wrong time and unable to get on the end of his own block. As Sturt get away with one there as Lessie brings that down eventually after a bit of juggling. Over Styles and then looks to shoot. Tries to catch Margouche out, but Margouche quick to retreat and claim that one very comfortably in the end. He's going to have to go all the way back to Margouche, and Rodriguez is going to put him under pressure. And he goes left foot and knocks that one out for a throw-in. Lessie onto it quickly, but does end up taking it to Atkinson. Atkinson closed down quickly by Passia John, and eventually Croydon come away with it. Here is John. Weighs up his options and goes wide to Yuya Kato on the far side. Here's Martinello. Polly for Croydon. Muller looks for Passia John but can't find him and goes straight through to the goalkeeper. So tick over 10 minutes played here at Carinya Reserve in the RAA NPLSA, and chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Here's Klimek, plays short down to Kato with a back heel, gets away from Igarashi. Here is Klimek, goes inside to Trimboli. He can't find John and it's eventually cleared, but only as far as Styles. He switches it out to Polly. Polly back to Muller. Rogers putting him under pressure, is happy to use his pace to close that space. Back to Margoush. Margoush on his left, goes short. Almost hits the bird. And then Muller goes long looking for John. Philomena Sefa wins that. And here's Igarashi. Be excited to see Igarashi playing, as I've heard good things about him as Barnett goes long, but that's too straight of a ball, and it's going to go through to Margoush. I've spoken to a number of Sturt players and coaches about him, and they've said he's a very good player. Very exciting player, so let's hope he lives up to the billing. And I have seen him play a little bit of reserve football this season, and he looked impressive in the reserves, as that's long and cut out in the end by Sturt, but Polly picks it up as Lessie puts him under pressure. Barnett at the back, goes short. Lessie goes back to the goalkeeper in Ruth, and he goes long this time. Doesn't waste or dwell on it this time, and that's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. And thanks to One World LED and Sportal Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. We have a goal in the HPG Homes State League 1 between Adelaide Atletico and Eastern United, and Adelaide Atletico have taken a 1-0 lead early in that game after 12 minutes. And the other goal in the HPG Home State League 1, South Adelaide 1-0 over Salisbury United. As Croydon try to apply the high pressure, but Lessie and Sturt play out of it. Here's Igarashi, he goes wide to Elton. Elton gets his head up with that left foot of his, and he looks across but goes back inside. And Sturt now happy to keep the ball. Here's Atkinson, he looks to find Elton, finds him on the far side. Goes inside, here's Sortini. Scored his first goal of the season against Adelaide City in their 1-0 win back in round 7. They switch the ball to Rogers. Rogers back to Barnett. Atkinson, he looks to find Rodriguez and does so. He plays a beautiful ball out to Motoshami. Motoshami crosses, blocked by Polly. Motoshami gets there first. Sortini! Goal-bound volley, but Margoush down to his right and makes the save. No goals in the other games that have kicked off today at this 3 o'clock time. Here's Muller on the ball again. Margoush this time tries to find Slattery, finds him right on the sideline, but awkward bounce and his touch wasn't the best. Rogers comes away with it. Lessie picks up the ball and goes into Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a touch and a poke towards goal, but cannot put that poke goal bound. Great first touch. He just couldn't apply the deadly touch there to put the ball in the back of the net as Margoush came out. Bomber Paul closed him down. But what a ball in for Rodriguez. And that's his first sight of today of goal, and I'm sure there'll be a few more for him as he looks to close that gap. In the goal scoring charts. So currently on 7, he's 3 goals behind Andre Carl, who's sitting top of that table. Metro Stars. Josh Murray sitting on 9. George Blackwood and Gonzalo Rodriguez on 7 apiece, as Leslie just down with a head injury at the moment. And we have another goal in the Adelaide Atletico Eastern game, and it is now 2-0 to Adelaide Atletico in the HPG Homes State League 1. We have a goal in the NPLSA. West Adelaide versus West Torrens Bacalla, and West Torrens Bacalla have taken an early lead in the 14th minute, 1-0 there. Some goals started to fly in around the leagues. As Leslie's back up on his feet. And back on the pitch. Just feeling his cheek there, just Not to that cheekbone jawline. Can be painful, that one. There's Muller. Goes all the way back to Margush.
Get it again. My friend.
Muller, little chip to Slattery, and he's able to bring it under control, but he goes all the way back. Sturt working very hard off the ball to close angles as that's given away. Here's Rodriguez, now Sortini. Sortini can't find Rogers, and Bolmapore comes away with it. Here's Martinello, Styles. Croydon have the ball. They look to be playing almost a 4-2-4. Allowing just Martinello. There's another head injury, and this time to Oscar Slattery. There's no malice in it. Both just going for the ball. And Leslie, first one to go over and just check on him. Another stoppage in play. So we took over 17 minutes played. And Slattery just feeling the effects of this one. He's keep an eye on that. As I said at the start of the broadcast, Croydon currently 9th, Sturt currently 6th. Playford out on top alongside Burkalla, both on 20 points, both with only one loss to their names. Metro Stars also with one loss, sitting in 3rd, but they've had an extra draw there, so they're sitting on 18 points. Playford, the goal scorers, managing 27 so far this season. Oscar Slater is really struggling, and I think that's going to be him done for the day. Let's see how he goes. He might prove me wrong, but he's certainly struggling at the moment. There's a couple of players for Croydon are going to warm up. I'm not sure if he's going to continue. Let's see how he goes, but he seems to be really struggling with his jawline at the moment. So Burkalla sitting in 2nd. They're 1-0 currently over West Adelaide. They're 21 goals for. The other highest goal scorer, Metro Stars, 26 goals scored so far. Andre Carr, their leading goal scorer. As we're just going to wait and see, Martinello's going to make his way off, and he's, sorry, not Martinello, Slater is making his way off. We'll just see how he pulls up. As he started, this is his 6th start of the season. And if it is a concussion rule, that means he will be out for the next week or two, and he's having real trouble with his jawline. And he's going to come off. So an early change for Croydon as Oscar Slattery makes way due to injury. A head knock that he's unable to recover from. And Croydon will look to their bench. And Alex Good is going to come straight on in place of Oscar Slattery. Let's just hope it's nothing serious for young Oscar Slattery. We do not like to see, well, I certainly don't like to see head injuries, that's for sure. As we get the game back underway, Martinello goes long looking for Klimek, falls kindly for Cato, and Sturt come away with it. Here's Elton, blocked by Styles. Styles happy to go all the way back to Muller. And they're happy to go all the way back to restart with Margush. Here's Polly. Setting up with a 4-2-4 when they do have the ball as Margush goes along looking for Passia John. Montashami wins that, and Rogers then picks up the ball, loose ball. And he gets past one. And down the line he goes. Looks to open his legs up, but he touches that too far. And Muller does very well then in the end, but Rogers blocks that and it's going to go for a throw right in the corner. And Sturt going to try and push high and block them in, hold them into this corner here. As Polly will take the throw, goes long, but Montashami gets there first. Here's Lessie. He's able to put a high ball into the box, and that's put Margush under a bit of pressure, and he's able to take that comfortably in the end. It did swirl around a little bit this afternoon. Slight breeze, especially when the ball gets up that high. It's a beautiful day here at Carinya Reserve for round 10 of the NPLSA. As a supporter, a little bit on the nippy side, but for a player, beautiful weather. At ground level, no wind at all. As Croydon look to build up. Lessie puts Margouche under pressure, and then Margouche goes long, looking for Cato on the far side, but Igarashi gets there first. Sortini. Atkinson goes back out to Igarashi. Igarashi, he's able to turn, but can't get forward, and is forced backwards. Good defensive play there from Croydon. That ball's looking for Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets there first, but he can't get past Bold Mapor. And Mapor cleans up. He's good with his first touch. Klimek goes long, looking for Passy John. He's up against Asefa on the far side. 1v1. Looks to go outside of him. Cuts back onto his left. Does eventually cross, goes far post, but that's going to go too far. He's going to go out for a goal kick. As we tick into 24th minute. And there will be plenty of time added at the end of this first half already. The two head knocks. Lessie able to continue, but Young Sadari unable to after his head knock. Allowed Sebastian Alexander Good to come on early into this game, as that's long. Muller wins the head, but Rodriguez gets the second ball. Tashani back to Lessie. Well played there between the Sturt boys, and then down the line. Rogers can't get there, but Muller does. Trimboli up against Barnett, and Barnett wins that one. Here's Sortini now for Sturt, able to turn and go forward, but he cuts back. Atkinson cleans up for Sturt. He's put under pressure, but gets the ball down to Elton. Neither team able to really stamp their authority on this game at the moment. Both teams trying to play out from the back. But both teams very solid in defence at the moment, not allowing either team to have too many chances. As Trimboli puts Barnett under pressure, and Martinello knocks that one out for a throw-in. Rodriguez touches to Rogers, but he can't bring it under control. And goes back to Margouche. Sturt seemed to, without the ball, seemed to set up as a bit more of a 4-2-2-2 really. Rodriguez the highest with Sortini alongside him, as that's long and finds Passy John, but he can't bring that under control, and Atkinson's going to get there first. Here is Lessie, who's been an outstanding form for Sturt this season. Sortini goes back to Rogers. Rogers looks for Sortini, finds him in the box. Sortini hits, and it sends it wide of Margouche's upright. But much better play there from Sturt, as they create some space wide. Ball back inside. Sortini with a great run in behind, but he can't direct his volley goal bound. He really should have made Margouche work there, and he knows it as well. And Sturt unable to capitalise, and Croydon get away with one there. As I said, Sortini only one goal so far this season. He started last season like a house on fire in the State League, in HPG Homes State League 1. This year not as prolific. Here's Asefa. Goes inside to Atkinson. He goes down the line to Rodriguez. Wider to Elton. Elton looking for Igarashi in behind. Finds him. He crosses only as far as Polly, and Polly clears into the trees over the back of the, over what we see here behind the grandstand. And a new ball is required. Throw to Sturt on the far side. Asefa looks to cross, does so, but Martinello is there to clear. He gets it to Trimbola. He knocks it down to Good. Here's Polly. He's going to go line looking for Trimbola or Good. And Barnett gets there first. Sortini with the flick. Rodriguez gets there first. And Sortini with a knock to the head as well gets the free kick. Another knock to the head. That's the third one for today. I'll keep a count. And Sortini just takes his time to get back up. It's maybe more like a shoulder injury. As he is back on his feet. Both teams missing players through injury. Both teams getting some players back from injury. As Atkinson goes far post, Margouche comes out and claims over the top of Mapor. Confident goalkeeping there from Margouche, as to be expected. That's Croydon. They get back Martinello, but they've lost O'Doherty at the moment. They've also lost Oscar Slattery in this game. Here's Rogers. He goes inside to Lessie. Lessie finds Sortini. Sortini looking for Rodriguez, but not on the same wavelength today at the moment. Sturt starting to find some little pockets of space in between the lines. Clement goes down the line to John, who can't keep it in, and it goes out for a throw-in. Here's Rodriguez, drops it back to Elton. Elton crosses, looking for Rogers. Rogers gets there first, knocks it down, but Styles clears only as far as Lessie. Lessie then plays a square ball out of play. Neither side again able to settle, keep the ball for any length of period. As we tick over, closing in the 30-minute mark of this first half in the RAA NPLSA, and chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. As that's a long throw, but it's gone out before Trimboli could even attempt to keep that one in. As Elton will take this throw on the far side for Sturt. Igarashi, Lessie, back to Atkinson. He's able to spread the ball to Barnett. He's going to, in turn, probably come out a little bit wider, and he does so, and finds Motashami. Line to Rogers, under pressure from Polly, and ball goes out for a throw-in. Motashami again filling in at right back today as Rodriguez loses out to Muller, but regains possession. Here's Rodriguez down the line. Beats Muller for a second time. Delivers across, and Margouche claims high and gets the ball rolling through Styles. There's John on the far side. Loses the ball for a moment there under his feet, but regains possession. Martinello. Sturt now starting to look to apply pressure. Klimek inside to Martinello. Plays to Kato, but he goes all the way back to Muller. Croydon seems to be one step forward, two steps back at the moment. As Martinello looks to spread the play and does so. He finds Pasir John and Klimek not on the same page there, and that's given away. Rodriguez for Sturt finds Sortini, and in turn he finds Rogers, but his touch lets him down, and neither side able to keep the ball at the moment. Sturt with the better of the chances so far. Sortini with a shot that did go just wide, but that was the clearest opportunity. The other opportunity was for Croydon from Oliver Trimbola, who forced Ruth into a mistake, but he couldn't capitalise as he slipped at the crucial moment, as that's a free kick to Sturt. And Sturt missing Maleg through injury, and then losing Josh Kavanagh, the reserve keeper, in the warm-up to injury as well. So young Royster's having to make his debut between the sticks this season, as that's going to go long and over the top. Margouche will claim for Croydon. As Clement goes in behind looking for passage. John, he's going to get there first and does so. He plays to Cato. Cato looks to beat Matashami. Can't quite get past him, and Barnett clears. Rodriguez does well to fight off Paul there, but eventually gives it away. And that was a great opportunity there for Croydon, but again, unable to capitalise.
Yes, Adam. Fire, Lukey.
Right, gets the ball, he goes back to Muller. Muller switches, looking for Passer John, and finds him. He's in up against Elton, and Elton wins it, but Klimic's there to clean up. Here's Martinello. Styles against Sturt, working ever so hard off the ball to make life very difficult for Croydon in getting forward. As Martinello looks to find Klimic in behind, and does so. Klimic with the first time cross. Good, gets there. He comes down hard onto Passer John, but both of them able to get back up slowly. And Sturt now come away with it. Elton goes line. Rodriguez up against Bolmapour, and Bolmapour wins out, and Rodriguez has stayed down. Here's Bolmapour. Just ran from right wing to left wing. He's good. He's going to go all the way back to Styles, as Rodriguez is still down and just saying put the ball out of play. As Martinello will do so, he does put the ball out of play, as allows Rodriguez to get some treatment as he's still down. And the trainer will head on the third time today for Sturt, as we tick over 33 minutes played. That'll give me a chance. Let's go around the grounds to the scoreboard and time clock, thanks to One World LED and Sportal Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. We've got another goal in the South Adelaide Salisbury United game in the HPG Homes State League 1, and that goal has gone to South Adelaide. Currently 2-0 over Salisbury. In the other RAA NPLSA games, Para Hills are up against Adelaide United, currently sitting at 0-0. Playford against Adelaide City, 0-0. West Adelaide still losing 1-0 to Burkalla. In the HPG Home State League 1, Adelaide Blue Eagles and Fulham currently 0-0. We already know Adelaide Atletico are 2-0 over Eastern, and South Adelaide are 2-0 over Salisbury United. And I have one result in the HPG Homes State League 2 North, and that is currently Elizabeth Downs 1-0 over Mowbray Vista. All those are brought to you by One World LED and Sportal. Scoreboard and time clock. As we get back underway here, as Sturt give the ball back to Croydon, and Rodriguez is back on. So there'll be plenty of time added at the end of this first half. I'd say there'll be at least 5 minutes at this stage, with 2 head injuries and Rodriguez going off with a back injury, as Muller goes line looking for Trimboli. As Cato picks it up. Here is Cato. Goes back to Polly. Back to Muller. Martinello is able to get the ball out to Bolmapour, who's got a little bit of space now. Bolmapour goes wider to Klimic. He goes inside to Trimboli. Trimboli holding off for Sefa. Weighs up his options, can't find the through ball. Wins it back though. Almost finds Styles. Elton cuts that one out. Klimic and Martinello play a little bit of head tennis, and Klimic comes away with it. Passing John on the far side now for Croydon. He looks to cross, but that's cut out by Elton and cleaned up by Atkinson, and he's going to try and look for Rodriguez. And he wins the free kick in this occasion off Bolmapour. Certainly one thing that Rodriguez will give you is he's going to run channels, he's going to work hard, but he also gives you goals. Deadly in the box is Rodriguez. Don't have to give him too many chances to score. He's had one today that he should have, I think, probably should have put away, but And he knows himself he would have or should have put it away, but can't give him too many of those chances. Here's Mark Nello for Croydon. He loses that, and that goes out on the far side. They're going to need another ball. Got some young kids outside, they might get there in time, and they do, and they're able to throw it back in, so Sef will take the throw. There's not a bad crowd here today. It's a few people in the stand opposite me here, and then plenty of people standing along the fence line in front of me as Sturt have the ball. Tackled by Styles. Martinello comes away with it. Here's Yuya He's able to get forward. There he goes looking for Trimboli. Finds him. Trimboli onto his left. Tries to lay the ball through for good, but that's cut out in the end. And there's a good crowd up on the balcony behind the goal. Sturt are defending at the moment as Polly will make his way forward to take this throw in. As he goes long into the box. Flick on, there's Cato, but unable to put that goal bound. And in the end it goes out for a goal kick. Yeah, Cato off the flick, but unable to direct that one. Goal bound, and Sturt get away with one there, but great throw in there from Polly. Good little touch. Both teams now have had at least one or two good opportunities, and neither of them able to make it count at this stage as we took into 39 minutes. Joyce goes long. Lessie gets that go over his head. Polly wins it for Croydon. That's going to go out for a throw-in. Notashami will take this. Goes feet to Rodriguez. Great little touch there from him, and he goes to Lessie, and Lessie finds Igarashi. He looks for over the top. Muller cuts, doesn't quite get it out, and here's Rodriguez, and he's put it wide. Rodriguez, I've only just singing his praises. You don't give him too many chances. And he's fluffed his lines there. I can't believe he found himself in an onside position when that ball was hit through. He was in behind Margouche to beat. He beat Margouche. The problem was he beat the outside post as well, and Croydon very lucky there as Muller misread that ball, and it's still sitting at 0-0. Rodriguez has now had two great opportunities to add to his 7 goals for the season so far. And that one was certainly the better of the two. Clinic will take this throw on the far side. He goes down the line looking for Trimboli. Hasn't had much service so far, and he goes down, but ref says play on. And that's now out for a throw-in. Paul takes that quickly and goes back to Margouche. He finds Muller. Muller to Polly. Polly under pressure from Rogers, and he goes back. Margouche goes long, looking for Clinic on the far side, but Igarashi gets there, and Atkinson regains possession for Sturt. Here's Elton. Sefa under pressure from John, but he goes all the way back. That's long, and Polly's going to win the header, and second ball goes to Sturt, but Atkinson and Lessie get in the way, but Atkinson does well to turn out of trouble. Lessie turns into trouble, but regains possession. Igarashi now able to run at the Croydon backline. Igarashi feeds in Rodriguez. Rodriguez up against Muller. Igarashi goes down and gets the penalty. Muller got the ball trapped under his foot, and Igarashi goes over under the challenge from Muller. He stayed down, But Igarashi has won the penalty, and they're now going to call on the trainer. So there's going to be plenty of stoppage time at the end of this first half, as I think I've seen the trainer more times today than I have all season. And Igarashi just staying down at the moment. Great run there from Igarashi into the box, and then Muller late to the tackle and giving away the penalty. And the question is, can Sturt make it count? Had a couple of good chances already today. Rodriguez with 2. And what I would normally say were gimmies for him, but couldn't make them count. And Igarashi eventually back up to his feet. He's just taking his time. He will come off for a minute. There's no booking or anything. Muller just a touch late getting to the ball as Igarashi followed his run from when he played the ball in. And Sturt now just discussing who's going to take the penalty. He's going to. I think he said he's okay to continue. He's just going to have to go off the pitch for a minute. Let's see how we go here. But it does look like Sturt might be going to the bench. Actually, it might be curtains for Igarashi. We'll see what happens. Nope, he's all good to continue, so they're not going to make that change. And it looks like Motoshami is going to take this penalty for Sturt. Motoshami up against Margush. Motoshami goes one way and saved by Margush. Motoshami, I don't think it was a very convincing penalty. He went low, but Margush went the right way, and what a big save that is in the context of this game at the moment. He goes long. Another opportunity there, goes begging for Sturt. That's probably the third real good opportunity. Rodriguez with 2. Motoshami with a penalty, saved by Margush. The score still sits level at 0-0 here at Korean Reserve in the RAA NPLSA round 10. As Styles looks to switch it and does so, finds good on this near side. Motoshami into the challenge, and that's going to spin out for a throw-in. Motoshami hasn't scored a goal this season, so I'm a little surprised he took the penalty, to be honest, when you've got your leading goal scorer in Rodriguez on 7. I thought someone like himself, or even Lessie, who's been in fine form for Sturt this season, would have taken that. Igarashi was off the park at the time, but he's back into the action now. That's long. Muller gets his head to it. That's going to go out for a throw-in. They close in on half-time. 45 minutes played. We're now in time added, as that's going to be a free kick for a foul on Rogers. It's going to be allowed. It's going to be able to be swung in to the box. Like I said, there will be plenty of time added here. As I said, we've had a number of injuries. We've had a few head knocks. Slattery off with a head injury. And Igarashi there, after the penalty, having to go off as well and receive treatment before he went off. So I'd say there'd be at least 5 minutes of time added, as Atkinson will be over this one for Sturt, and he'll look to in-swing this one with that trusty left foot of his. As he goes near post, cleared by Martinello, gets the ball back, swings it in first time, goes Sortini line. Sortini up against Polly. Able to swing one in, does so. Rodriguez is there first, here's Motoshami, but blocked well there by Bolmapur, and now out for a corner. As Motoshami, Margush get into a tussle. Motoshami just trying to get away from it. Margush not happy with what happened after the ball went out. We'll just see what Wordsworth does here. He has got the yellow card out, and that's going to be a booking for Margouche in the 45 plus. He certainly didn't like the afters there from Motashami, but he's the only one to go in the book for retaliation, as Atkinson will now swing this one in. A number of players in the 6-yard box. Atkinson swings this one in, goes far post. Margouche gets a double fist to that, goes up. Pass here, John then clears only as far as Atkinson, who's able to swing this one back in. Cuts it onto his right, dinks it in, far post. Barnett there with the header, and that's going to go over the bar. Much better there from Sturt, but unable to make it count. We're still 0-0 here at Carina Reserve. We've got goals around the grounds thanks to One World LED and Sportal. Adelaide Atletico 4-0 over Eastern United in the HPG Homes State League 1, and that is almost half-time there. And Modbury Vista have equalised in the Elizabeth Downs, against Elizabeth Downs in their HPG Homes State League 2 North clash. As Montashami gets there in front of good, and Barnett will clear. Bomberport up against Rodriguez. It goes through the clinic. Rodriguez gets there, the second ball. Nigarashi does well to bring that one down. Here's Lessie. Montashami goes all the way back to Barnett. That's a long ball over the top. Here's Elton. Elton able to swing this one in, does so, goes far post. Sortini comes around, but Polly's there to clean up and knocks it out for a corner. And Sturt really piling the pressure on at the moment. Can they make it count right before half-time? As it allows Sturt to send the tall timber forward. Barnett forward. Asefa forward. Atkinson with the left foot. Goes far post. Margouche can't get there, and Asefa does, but he puts that header wide at the far post. And Croydon breathe another sigh of relief there. And Sturt certainly picked up the pace and put Croydon under more pressure than what Croydon have been able to do to Sturt. Sturt certainly had the better of the chances in this first half and been the better side based on chances. As Margouche goes long, Trimboli can't get there, and Lessie doesn't either, but he's gone into the back of Trimboli, and it's going to be a free kick to Croydon. But based on chances, Sturt certainly had the better of them. Rodriguez with two really good opportunities, a saved penalty. As I've always said, if the keeper makes a save, it's not a missed penalty, it's a saved penalty. Margouche came up big for Croydon. As Martinello will take this free kick. Weighs up his options. Bomberport hasn't gone forward. So Martinello goes to the far post looking for John or Trimboli. Asefa though gets there and Klimek cleans up, but Sortini's able to cut it out. Igarashi can't get there, but Bomberport does. Passia John now wins it off Asefa, but under a lot of pressure. He gets past Elton. Shoots. Cleared by Barnett. Probably more of a cross in the end. But Barnett was there to clear as he looks to cross this time. Cuts it back onto his left. Does cross. Trimboli leaves it for Kato. Kato hits it. And he sends his volley wide. As this half is finishing with chances, but neither side able to make it count at this stage. As we have ticked over 5 minutes. We're in the 6th minute now of time added in this first half. So a number of injuries have required the extra time as Ruth goes long. Muller gets his head to that, only up as far as Rogers. Rogers can't bring that under control, and then Muller puts his foot through that one. Colton and John compete in the air, but Atkinson wins that one, and here's Igarashi. He goes wide to Atkinson. Atkinson, head up on the far side. Crosses, looks far post for Rogers, but that's out over the top of the goal. And out for a goal kick as Curtis Wordsworth looks at his watch. Can't be too much time left in this first half. Margush will take his time on this one. But Croydon have certainly been the better of the two sides in terms of chances in this first half. As Margush finds Polly, but Polly can't get a touch on that. It goes out for a throw-in. Not the best of kicks from Margush. However, Sturt take the throw quickly. Polly goes inside to Mike Mello. Back to Polly. Polly blocked by Rogers, and Curtis Wordsworth calls the first half to a close here at Carina Reserve, round 10 of the RAA NPLSA. Sturt 0, Croydon 0. Croydon and Sturt both have had their chances. Sturt with the better of those chances, and also a saved penalty from Margush. Croydon with a couple of chances but not forcing their keeper into any sort of save. The goalkeeper on debut is Ruth, having to come in as a late change for Josh Kavanagh, who got injured in the warm-up. As we have a quick look at the stats, Sturt 10 shots to Croydon's 4. Sturt with 3 on target. Croydon haven't had a single shot on target yet. A few fouls and only the 1 yellow card to Daniel Margush for his retaliation late in that first half. We're going to go to a break. Please join me on the other side of this half-time break for the second half of the Sturt versus Croydon RAA NPLSA round 10 clash.
G'day, Hamish here, reminding you everyone has a right to get home safe. There's no text, lost snack, backseat argument or hair emergency that's worth taking your eyes off the road for a moment. This is going to sound crazy, but not even a French fry. Keep your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and choose not to drive when you're tired, upset or under the influence. Pull over if you need to. And why not take a sec to pledge to drive so others survive? But again, later, when you get home.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
with RAA, proud sponsors of the RAA NPLSA. As Christoph Panendis wins that header, here's Tabaris. It's a touch, but eventually pulled by Vidmar. French hits and it's in! French with the volley that Harpers could not save. Side in France, Mullen hits one from distance and it's in! Mullen with a screamer! Absolute worldie from Mullen.
Goal of the week for sure.
Who has probably just gone and won the game for Playford in the 92nd minute.
Bonner, and it's in the bottom right corner. Captain Fantastic Aladdin Irabona puts his side ahead late in this clash, and they are on their way to 3 points for the first time this season. You didn't know which way it was going to go, who was going to take it, but you knew the final action was going to be the ball in the...
Just trying to calm things down at the moment after that. Lapse in concentration. Ball over the top here for Stam. Will get there first. Will Riley Stam, and he'll chip in brilliantly. At the club of his youth, Riley Stam scoring the first in this one. And what a finish.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining, and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player, technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Another goal!
Good afternoon, welcome back to Carina Reserve. for round 10 of the RAA NPLSA. Clash between Sturt, the home side, playing in there all orange, kicking from right to left of your screen against Croydon in the traditional white, red, white, kicking from left to right. Croydon will get us underway for the second half. Oliver Trimboli goes back to Martinello. They play short through Styles. Let's hope the second half plays out like the back end of the first half. With some at goal mouth action. Here's Cato, able to get the ball down the line. He crosses and Asefa clears. Better start there for Croydon. That's long by Barnett, looking for Sortini, but Muller gets there first and Sortini will pick up the second ball. Here's Rogers on the far side. Crosses, he finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez turns out and goes the other way, but gives that away to Pasir John. He's able to get past Elton. Elton fights back. Good tackle there from Lessie, and he comes away with it. Here's Igarashi. Loses out in the end, and Martinello finds Trimboli. Trimboli keeps it in. Tackle there as the ref eventually calls for the free kick as Pasir John goes down in a heap on the floor. He's going to probably get some treatment on that one. Sturt finished that first half with 10 shots at goal compared to Croydon's 4. 3 of those shots were on target. And Sturt missed the penalty. No, apologies. Croydon saved the penalty as Margouche came up big for Croydon to save the penalty attempt from Motashami in that first half, as Styles will swing this one in. Right in front of us here in the commentary team. He goes far post, looking for John. Cleared by Lessie, only as far as Trimboli, but he can't bring that under control. Rodriguez does well, finds Rogers. Rogers now able to sprint forward. He does so, sees off Muller. Eventually gives the ball away to Muller, and Oliver Trimboli is able to play out to Cato. Cato then goes down the line, looking for Good on the far side. Good keeps it in play. Up against Barnett. He goes all the way back to Polly. Polly on that left foot, swings it in, but blocked. Falls kindly for Martinello in the box. Here's Cato, shoots and scores! Much better start there from Croydon in this second half. And Cato opens a scoring in the 48th minute for Croydon. As the ball a bit fortuitously made its way to Martinello, he was able to hold it up, and as Cato made the run into the box, laid it off, and Cato makes no mistake in sending it past the debut goalkeeper of Ruth into the far corner, and Croydon take the 1-0 lead here at Carina Reserve. Sturt now get us back underway, and we'll certainly feel hard done by conceding that goal. As I said, they were the better side in that first half in terms of chances created. 10 shots on 10 shots at goal in that first half, but unable to make any of them count. Polly, he goes long, but Rogers wins the flick. As Asefa knocks that one high, looking for Rodriguez up against Muller. He's able to turn past him. He's wide, he looks to cross, does so, and Margouche claims and gets the ball rolling quickly. Here is 450 gamer Klimek on the ball, beats Igarashi, then he goes long looking for Cato, but Barnett's going to get there first, and that's long. And Bolmapur cleans up, goes all the way back to Muller. And what an achievement for Mr. Croydon himself in Lucas Klimek to have reached such a milestone game of 450. And not only that, all for one club is remarkable. Just shows you how good he is as a player, as a captain, and a leading man for Croydon. Rogers on the far side with this throw. Goes long into the box looking for Lessie. He gets there. Rogers up against Muller, but Muller gets there first and knocks that one out for a throw in on the far side. And Rogers will send this one long into the box again. And this time Barnett's come forward for it from the back. As he goes long in. Lessie cleared by Muller. As Sturt lost their regular long throw taker in Michael Moroney, who's out injured at the moment. We've also lost Zahlan Meleg to injury, shoulder injury. They also lost Josh Kavanagh, the reserve goalkeeper, in the warm-up to a knee injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but he will require scans as he does feel that it might have been an ACL injury. But we will... Hopefully it's nothing serious. Croydon also with players out. Mr. O'Doherty just standing in front of me actually, of the box as this ball comes in and Clement clears. Cam O'Doherty injured at the moment. He'll be hopefully working his way back as he had a knee injury. Here's Sortini onto his right, cleared by Martinello. Now Passy John. Here's Cato, the goal scorer. Beats Asefa. He switches it and finds Styles in some space. Styles on his left, hits it, and it's in! Styles makes it 2-0 in the 52nd minute for Croydon. Styles in acres of space as Croydon look to break down the right. The ball goes into the middle, and Ned Styles making a great run through the middle onto his favoured left foot, and he hits it from about 18 yards out. And Ruth unable to work that one out, as I think it was going one way. The ball went the other for him as he got caught, found out there. And that's 2-0 now to Croydon. Like I said, they were certainly wanted a good start to this second half, as they were poor in that. I won't say poor, well, actually they were poor in that first half, and Sturt certainly had the better of them. But now Croydon certainly got the better of Sturt at the moment. 2-0. Dangerous scoreline in this game, but Sturt now uphill battle to get back into this game. Not taking their chance in the first half has come back to bite them at this moment in time. They'll hope that they can turn that around. There's Igarashi. Igarashi was playing in the States for the Omaha Mavericks in the NCAA. Here he is on the ball now. He goes wide. Here's Sortini. Able to get inside Passy John, but met by Martinello. And then Passy John looks to get away from Igarashi and nudges him in the back. He gives away the free kick. He did use his shoulder, but unfortunately the shoulder was used into the back of Igarashi, and loses out. As Sturt will now have this free kick, and it is Igarashi on the ball. He will swing this one in, does so, goes far post. Lessie gets there first, but he's unable to guide his header goal bound, and that's over the bar. Sturt looking to get back into this game. And chat to a local, who backs you and your team? It's better to be a member with RAA. And thanks to One World LED and Sportal Systems for all your indoor and outdoor display solutions. We've got goals in some of our games across the NPL and the HPG Homes state leagues. as Adelaide United have taken a 1-0 lead over Para Hills in their game at the Paddocks. West Adelaide have equalised in their game against Burkalla to make it 1-1. Blue Eagles have taken a 1-0 lead over Fulham in the HPG Homes State League 1. Still 4-0 to Adelaide Atletico as Elton swings this one in. Cleared by Muller, only as far as Elton. Elton swings it back in, goes far post, cleared by Polly this time. Bulmer Paul further to Passy John, who's happy to put his foot through that one and look for Good on the far side. Good up against Motashami. Eventually loses out and Rogers does well, but Styles is able to put his foot through that one and just clear long. And Mowbray Vista have taken the lead over Elizabeth Downs in the HPG Home State League 2 North to make it 2-1. Back here at Carina Reserve, Croydon currently 2-0 over Sturt thanks to goals to Cato and Styles. As keeper goes long there and Ruth goes long and finds the ball. Eventually Sortini looks for Rogers over the top, but that's too much on it. That's going to go all the way through to Margouche. Bulmer Paul. Martinello to Clinic, and Martinello wins the free kick, and Lessie's going to go in the book for that late challenge. Croydon will take their time. Bulmer Paul will get us back underway for Croydon as all the players have gone out to warm up. Sturt just looking to their bench. Trimboli brings that under control very well. Here's Klimek, goes inside and finds Muller. Styles looks to switch, looking for Trimboli, but Elton gets there, Martinello gets there following up, and that's going to go out, and Klimek will look to take the throw as Sturt look to be going to their bench. They need something from this game. They need to turn it around somehow. Currently 2-0 down. Klimek will take the long throw. He will look for Passage John or Oliver Trimboli. Goes long looking for Trimboli. Trimboli gets the flick. High, but Barnett clears, and Sortini's able to bring that under control and then look for Rogers, but that's cleared by Cato. Sturt look to get the ball moving quickly. Matashami, Rodriguez. Barnett looks to switch and find Igarashi and does so. Here is Igarashi, he's put under pressure by Passy John. He spreads the ball wide to Elton. Klimek gets there first though and cleans up, plays inside to Martinello. Beautifully played there by Klimek. Here's Styles, sorry, he looks in behind for Good. And Good's going to get there. Up against Matashami, cuts inside onto his right. Shoots, but blocked by Barnett. Barnett clears. Here's Lessie. Under pressure and does very well to play himself out of trouble there as he continues on. Lessie gets past Klimek. Here is Lessie, still going into the half. Finds Sortini. Sortini switches out wide to Rogers on the far side. He's up against Polly. He switches it, crosses first time, but Margouche comes out and claims with ease and gets the ball moving again through Martinello. Certainly a different Croydon side in this second half. Here's Bulmer Paul for Croydon. Here is Klimek. Goes long looking for John down the line and finds him. He's able to drop it down for Trimboli. Here is Passy John. Looks to cross. Cuts it back and then crosses, but Elton's there to clear and does so. Goes high. Rodriguez can't do much but tries to bring that under control and guide it to Lessie, but he is all by himself at the present moment up top as Sturt are going to go to their bench. And Hassan is going to come on. who has started every game so far, but finds himself on the bench this week. And here is good on the far side for Croydon. Good. Goes inside to Cato. Cato gets past Sortini. And he's got time to turn. Martinello. Styles back to Klimek. Managed to bring the ball all the way around. Here's Pasir John. Up against Elton. Goes inside to Martinello. Martinello able to get forward. Cato. Martinello. Goes wide to Klimek. Klimek crosses first time. Low. Barnett clears. Barnett, right place, right time there. Beautiful positioning, and Sortini's able to come away with it for Sturt. Here's Rogers. He looks to switch, looking for Rodriguez. Finds him. He's up against Mapor. Rodriguez onto his right. Goes past him in the box. Goes past the second. Can't get past the third. And Polly's there to clean up and does so for Croydon. The other change that's going to come on for Sturt is Garrett. Sean Garrett. And keep an eye on who makes way. Styles goes all the way back to Margouche. Goes long, looking for good on the far side. He's able to bring it under control, but Motoshami quick on his toes and wins it back. Here's Rogers. Sturt now able to keep hold of the ball. Here's Asefa. Goes inside Trimboli and keeps it, but dances past the second, but gives it away. Klimek can't find Trimboli. Asefa plays Sortini, now on the left wing roll at the moment. He goes down the line. Here's Lessie. Trimboli working hard to help his side defensively. He's done very well. He's forced Leslie back, but he's able to get it past to Elton. Sortini loses out, and Klimek clips it forward, and Sortini works hard there. Here's Leslie. He finds Atkinson in some space. Atkinson on his left. Finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes wide. He finds Rogers. Rogers wide to Motoshami, but he left that one short and eventually wins the throw in for Polly for Croydon. So now Sturt looking to make a change, as are Croydon. Motoshami makes way for Sean Garrett. And Sortini is going to make way for Hassan. And Croydon will bring on Luca Trimboli. It looks like he's going to come off. Come on, and it's Oliver Trimboli making way. Oliver Trimboli, the younger of the two brothers, comes off, and Luca goes on. Luca leading, actually, I was going to say leading goal scorer, but Oliver and Luca both on 3 goals, along with Pasir John for Croydon. And Yuya Kato was on 3 before today. He's now gone to leading goal scorer with 4 goals for Croydon. As Hassan takes up his customary left wing role for Sturt. Bit more of an attacking change for Sturt. And this one's going to be thrown into the box by Rogers. Long looking, flicked on there by Polly in the end, and Margouche claims and assesses his options. And he goes long, looking for anyone up top, but Cato wins the second ball off Barnett's head. Here's good. Beats one. Struggles to beat Atkinson, and Rogers is going to get there first for Sturt. Plays line, and here is Sean Garrett. He loses out to Styles. Good plays to Cato. Cato back to Good. Good able to get his head up. Keeps it in just. And eventually cleared by Rogers out for a corner. Played over the hour mark now, 65 minutes. Croydon currently 2-0. If you've just joined us, over Sturt at Carina Reserve thanks to goals from Yuya Kato, 48 minutes, and Ned Stiles in the 52nd minute. Sturt have had their chances though. They 10 shots in the first half, 3 of those on target, 1 of them a penalty, which Margouche saved. As Martinello take this corner on the far side, right-footed in swinger. Crowd inside that 6-yard box. Ball comes in. Far post, Rodriguez gets up high and clears for Sturt, only as far as Stiles. He lobs it straight back in. Polly can't get there. Here's Luca Trimboli, hits it, blocked by Elton. Great effort there from Luca Trimboli with his first real touch of the game since coming on for Oliver Trimboli. Here's Stiles, he swings it in, looking for Passia John. He's up against Elton, and now Hassan as well. Beats those two, but can't beat Atkinson. Atkinson comes away with it and finds Rogers. Rogers under pressure immediately loses out. Luca Trimboli goes wide to Good. Here's Yuya Kato, goal scorer. And he's able to go all the way back to Polly. There's Paul for Croydon. Clement goes line looking for Trimboli. Luca holds off for Sefa. And the ref pulls a free kick. Luca being held there by Sefa, and free kick in a dangerous position for Croydon. Will allow them to set the tall timber forward. And Luca Trimboli will be on this one. 3 goals to his name so far this season. As Trimboli swings this one in. Goes near post. Ball Paul with a flick, but cleared by Asefa. Klimek in the box. Can't get past Elton. Cleared. Rodriguez up against Muller. Rodriguez wins the free kick off Muller. Very well played there from Rodriguez. A good ball in from Trimboli, and Paul. Probably not a big enough touch, as Asefa was right in behind him and able to block it. As Asefa able to go forward. Goes long, only as far as Bulmer Paul. He's going to turn and does so, faces forward. Plays Klimek. Klimek goes down the line. Elton gets there, but Passia John picks up the second ball and goes inside. And then spreads the play out to Polly on the far side. As Kato finds a great ball to Polly. Polly's able to deliver low, cleared by Elton. None of the Croydon players able to get on the end of that. And chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. As we approach 70 minutes played on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard and time clock. Polly goes long looking for Luca Trimboli, but he's going to let that one go out for a throw-in on the far side. And we've got another goal in the HPG Homes State League 1. Actually, we've got a couple. One of those has gone to Blue Eagles. Now 2-0 up over Fulham. And East Adelaide Atletico now taking a 5-0 lead over Eastern United. As Polly goes into the box looking for Martinello, but Atkinson wins that and Good flicks it back to Polly. He's able now to cross it in, does so, but that's blocked out for a corner. And Mowbray Vista in the HPG Home State League 2 North have taken a 3-1 lead over Elizabeth Downs. The other games are still Para Hills and Adelaide United still 1-0. Playford and Adelaide City still 0-0, and Burkalla against West Adelaide still 1 apiece. As Martinello will take this corner on the far side. Weighs up his options. This time he goes to Stiles at the top of the box. Stiles onto his left, but closed down by Rogers, and then eventually Klimek clears up and wins the free kick. No, he doesn't. Rogers wins a free kick, and Klimek goes into the book. So Klimek gets a yellow in the 70th minute. And his 450th game. There's Hassan up against Pasir John. Goes back to Iragashi.
Up, higher, Adam, let's go, lad. Come on, bowling, organised. Bowling, organised. Hey. Come on, Adam.
As Klimek's met Hassan there, but Hassan comes away with it in the box and eventually loses out. As Croydon come away with it, and I believe I've also got a score update for the Northern Demons game. They're currently 2-0 up. And Leslie gives away the free kick there to Pasir John, and Curtis Weather just points the wrong way for a moment. Everyone's up in arms, but he's quick to say his apologies and point the right way.
You good? Okay.
As that's gone long from Martinello looking for Pasir John, but cleared by Elton and Atkinson. Cato wins that second ball though. Here he is again. Looks to get away from Lessie, does so. And towards the box, he goes square. Cut out by Sean Garrett. Iragashi does very well there and plays Lessie in. Lessie's now able to get into the Croydon half. Under pressure from Martinello, and then he looks to plan Rodriguez behind, but Bolmapore is able to backtrack and clear. And Klimek puts his boot through that one. Good, gets his body in the way there and wins out over Atkinson, but Atkinson does very well to put enough pressure on him that he loses out, and Sturt regain possession. Messi, he finds Elton able to turn. He goes wide to Hassan. Hassan up against Klimek and loses out. Here's Pasir John. Goes inside to Styles and able to play themselves out of trouble, but here's Martinello under pressure from Lessie. Lessie now. Here goes Line looking for Hassan. And Klimek clears. Hassan to Elton. Eventually the ball goes for out for a throw-in. Margouche will take this goal kick and he will go long. Looking for Pasir John just in front of us, but Elton gets there first. Klimek's able to knock that down the line. A high one for Luca Trimboli to try and get under control, but he manages to win the flick. Here's Pasir John, able to hit it. Does so on his left, and he sends that one over the safety net at the back. It certainly didn't cause any troubles for the young goalkeeper there. As we move closer to 75 minutes, 15 minutes left to play, plus any time added here at Carina Reserve in the RAA NPLSA round 10 between Sturt and Croydon.
Come on, let's go. Come on, Freddie. Dan, come on.
This goes long. Rodriguez looks to flick, but Polly gets there first, unless he's able to play Hassan in down the line. Polly's down injured for the moment. Hassan runs out of room on that far side and wins a throw in, but Polly's still down and he's going to have the trainer come out as it looks to be a possible head injury. And so the trainer is called out. Again, a number of the trainers have to go out for a number of occasions today and chat to a local back shoe in your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. And the One World LED and Sporter Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Still 1-0 to Adelaide United. Still 0-0 between Playford and Adelaide City. As we know, Croydon here 2-0 up over Sturt, thanks to goals to Cato and Styles. Still 1-1 between West Adelaide and West Torrens-Bacalla. Blue Eagles now taking a 3-0 lead over Fulham. Adelaide victory 5-0 over Eastern United. Adelaide Atletico, 5-0 over Eastern United. South Adelaide 2-0 still over Salisbury. And Mulberry Vista still 3-1 up over the Downs in HPG Homes State League 2 as that long throw in comes in. Barnett's flicks but cleared. Here's Iragashi. He's able to get Barnett back into play. Rogers swings one in. It's a high one towards the back post. Margush makes all the way back and claims it under a bit of pressure there. Does very well. Does Margush, as to be expected of his level and capabilities. As he goes long with that kick. That's going to go all the way through to Asefa. He's able to bring it down with a beautiful touch there. As Barnett looks to find Lessie. Between him and Garrett, they both lose out, and Klimek comes away with the ball for a throw-in. As Croydon now go to their bench. It looks like it's going to be Adam Martinello making way. That'll be Owen coming on, who started last week in his first start, but Martinello back from injury, reclaimed that spot today, and now young Owen is going to come on for Martinello for the last 13 or so minutes, plus any time added. There's a great shift from Martinello. I said just coming back from injury. And young Owen will go straight into that holding roll alongside Styles. So first start last week for Nathan Owen. That's all the way back to Ruth. He's onto his left and he clears. Unless he's going to win that uncontested, and only finds Owen, and Owen very cleverly goes all the way back to Margush. There's Owen on the ball with his second touch. Styles looks to go in behind for good. Up against Rogers. Rogers, who's now gone into a right back role. So he goes long, looking for Iragashi. Now Iragashi up against Muller, but Muller wins out. And here is Margush. He's able to switch the play to this side to Passia John, who's up against Elton. And a bit of a head knock. He's saying play on is Curtis Wordsworth, as Passia John slowly gets to his feet. Rodriguez can't flick that to anyone in particular, and that's going to go all the way through to Margush. Sturt are going to go to their bench. As Klimek knocks that one down the line for Trimboli to chase, but Asefa does well, but he only gives it to John. Passia John inside to Nathan Owen. He can't get it under control, and Iragashi does what he does and cleans up, and now Leslie wins the free kick. It's going to be Dylan D'Agostino to come on. Change not being made just yet, so we'll keep an eye on who is going to make way. As Owen clears that and Trimboli wins the flick, but only as far as Barnett. And Sturt able now to play out from the back as he goes all the way back to young Ruth in goal. Rogers back to Ruth in goal, and he goes long. It's high, and Muller wins that one, but only as far as Rogers. Here's Rodriguez. Now Hassan. Hassan goes wide to Rogers. Rogers overlapping. He's able to cross. Goes far post looking for Sean Garrett, but Garrett can't keep that one in, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. So we're ticking at 80 minutes. With Croydon currently 2-0. Thanks to goals to Kato in the 48th minute and Styles in the 52nd. Sturt had the better of the chances in the first half, but unable to capitalise. And also a saved penalty from Margouche. Left it 0-0 at half-time. And then Croydon certainly coming out the stronger of the two sides in the second half. Here's Styles. Goes forward. He finds Good out wide on the left. Good. Looks up, crosses, but it doesn't fall kindly, and Asefa clears. There's Atkinson. Comes wide, and that's going to split the two, but Lessie backtracks and gets the ball back. There's Sean Garrett. Very loose touch, and Croydon regained possession. Down the line to Luca Trimboli, up against Asefa. He looks to turn inside, but Asefa was quick to adjust. That ball goes long. Klimek with a great touch over the shoulder. Touch of the day. Thought Asefa had that one, but Klimek over the shoulder, unable to bring it down on a dime. Here's Sean Garrett. Looks to cross, does so. Looking far post for Hassan. Gets there, but can't direct that one. And Polly gets a touch out for a corner. We'll see if Sturt make that change now, and they are going to make that change now. So it looks to be Hassan, the substitute himself, going off. And Dylan D'Agostino comes on. A winger for a striker, and I'm just wondering if Hassan's got an injury issue as to why he has come off. As Atkinson swings this one near post, Klimek's there to clear. And Kato further.
Organise, Lukey, ball!
As Hassan seems to have a bit of a hobble, so I'll see what's happened there. He's a very attacking player, so it'd be very unlikely that they've taken him off for any other reason than him being injured.
That's fine, Luca. That's fine. Sean, come. Slide ball, slide.
There is Lessie for Sturt. If they're going to get something out of this game, they need to make something happen now. Give them enough time to get an equaliser if that's the case. As we tick over 82 minutes played. There's Lessie currently occupying the left back role. He looks to switch it, but Luca Trimboli cuts that one out. And now it's a foot race between Lessie, the goalkeeper, and Luca Trimboli. And the goalkeeper gets there first. Ruth does very well, keeps it in play. Garrett can't beat Klimek though. As Bolmapore puts his foot through that one under pressure from Dylan D'Agostino. Rogers wins the header, but that's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. As there is a note being passed around the Sturt lineup just to see what changes they've made. It looks like they're going to go two up top with D'Agostino partnering Rodriguez, as I'd expect from D'Agostino. Lessie spreads the ball to Sean Garrett. Garrett goes line up against John. Passy John does well, tracks back all the way and then back heels it to Klimek. Beautifully played from Croydon there, and Klimek goes line but can't find Luca Trimboli. There's Elton. He's going to go in behind looking for Iragashi. He's up against Bolmapore. Klimek clears. Lessie gets past two. Iragashi keeps the ball moving. Here's Rodriguez. Strong tackle there from Styles, and the ball goes out for a throw-in on this near side. Rodriguez, little touchdown to Garrett. Here's Elton, able to keep it in. He crosses, takes a little deflection, but Margouche claims as it favours him in the end. And Croydon are going to play out through Polly on the far side. There's Kato. Does well to retrieve that short pass. Here is Kato. He opens up. He goes wide to Good. Good into the box. Good onto his right. Hits it. Blocked. Falls to Passy John. He's able to hit it. Does so. Blocked. Cleared by Barnett and out for a corner. Some desperate defending there from Sturt in the end, and Croydon unable to make it count. Eventually the ball goes out for a corner to Croydon. And Croydon is certainly not going to be in any hurry to take this one at all. As Nathan Owen will slowly make his way over to take it. As we've got 5 minutes plus time added remaining in this RAA NPLSA round 10 clash between Sturt and Croydon. As Owen steps across, he one arm up, right-footed in swinger. He goes near post, and the young Ruth gets there, double punch. Back to Owen. Owen swings it back in. This time he claims and looks to get Sturt moving quickly. He goes with a long kick, but doesn't quite hit it as well as he would have liked. And Rodriguez able to turn and then plays Dylan D'Agostino, but he can't bring it under control. Here's Klimek. Goes line, finds Passy John in some space. Passy John now goes inside to Trimboli, who's found himself in an offside position as his shot on the right foot goes wide. There's been another goal in the HPG Homes State League 2 North game, and this has gone the way of Modbury Vista to make it 4-1 over Elizabeth Downs, thanks to One World LED and Sportal Systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Still 2-0 here at Carignan Reserve, as Muller forced to backtrack, keeps it in, goes back to Margouche, who clears, looking for Good, but Rogers gets there first. Owen wins the header. Styles now able to keep the ball. He goes to Good. Styles goes looking for Luca Trimboli, but Asafa gets there first. Passy John up against Elton. And Passy John wins out, but Elton works hard and wins it back. And then he finds Sean Garrett in a little bit of space. He looks to go line. He's up against 4. Klimek does enough and forces the ball out for a throw-in as Sean Garrett just ran out of space there. As we approach 90 minutes here. Sturt currently losing 2-0. They need something. Garrett wins the header. Owen, second ball. And he goes long. As he was closed down by three Sturt players and went all the way through to Ruth, and he's going to go long. He's looking for Garrett. Rodriguez wins the flick, but unfortunately can't flick that to any of his teammates, and goes out for a throw-in. Croydon certainly now looking just to try and play out the rest of this game. And this win is a huge 3 points for Croydon, as it will put them up onto 14 points, level with FK Beergrad, who play a little bit later. They kick off, I believe, at 5 o'clock, which is only a few minutes away. Styles looks for Good in behind. Good, Ruth comes out and claims. Throws to Iragashi. He's able to turn, goes forward and finds Rogers on the far side, who has not stopped running for Sturt on that far side. Rogers delivers, but that's going to be touched out in the end by Margouche, as that was putting him under a bit of pressure. Almost stuck in under the bar, certainly across, but Margouche had to deal with it. Sturt will currently stay on 12 points, with Adelaide United currently leading their game. Rodriguez will take this one. End swinger, far post. Margouche gets a touch. It's going to go out for another corner on the far side. This time Atkinson with the left foot will swing this one in. He goes far post. Margouche stays. Rodriguez can't get off the ground to win that header, and it just skims off his head and out for a goal kick. As the same with Adelaide United currently leading against Para Hills. Adelaide United will go to 15 points, which will put them above Sturt. It'll actually put them above FK Beergrad as well. As I said, FK Beergrad still to kick off. Sturt will drop a number of spots with this loss, and the other results going not in favour of them. And eventually there's a free kick to Croydon. Thanks to Walmart LED Sport for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Adelaide United still 1-0 over Para Hills. Playford and Adelaide City still 0-0. And Bacalla and West Adelaide still playing out a 1-1 draw at the moment. But all games are 90 plus. As Barnett wins that header, Gashi cleans up and plays Rogers wide. There will be some time added as we've had 2 goals and a couple of injuries as Gashi looks to spread the play, but Klimek able to keep it and goes long looking for Cato, but can't quite find him. But good, picks up the second ball. Here's Luca Trimboli, goes wide to Cato. Cato able to step onto his right, crosses far post and almost goes all the way through to Passy John, but then it almost snuck in at the back post as well. Eventually goes out for a goal kick. And there's been another goal in the Mowbray Vista Elizabeth Downs game, with Mowbray Vista now taking a 5-1 lead over Elizabeth Downs in the HPG Homes State League 2 North. As D'Agostino can't win that ball in the end and gives away a free kick. So Adelaide City will go to 18 points if the game stays as is. In the Playford Adelaide City game, Playford will go to 21 points. If the Bacalla game stays as it is, Bacalla will go to 21 points. As that's long, and Leslie brings that under control and then clears looking for Rodriguez. He brings a great touchdown to Irrigashi, who's met by Bulmer Paul off the ball, and we'll see what happens there. But play on as Rogers has the ball. Irrigashi stayed down. Here's Atkinson. He goes wide looking for Garrett. Garrett onto his right, crosses, goes far post. Here's Dylan D'Agostino, brings it down, hits it, blocked by a good. Styles then clears, only as far as Atkinson. Home gets there first. Play on, says the referee. Time added. Rogers onto his left. Crosses, cleared by Muller. That's going to go out for a throw on the far side. And as expected, Curtis Wesworth goes back to Bulmer Paul and books him for that challenge. Here's Asefa. He goes long. Cleared by Croydon, further by Polly. Out for a throw on the far side. This will be another long throw from Rogers. There can't be too much time left in this round 10 clash between Sturt and Croydon. We are into the 93rd minute. Rogers will take the long throw. Looking for Barnett. Finds him in the box. He then goes back to him, but puts him under a bit of pressure with that ball as that bounces high and it's out for a throw-in on the far side. As I think that's almost game for Sturt. Unfortunately for them, coming away with another loss. They've only had 1 win in the last 5. That'll be one in their last 6. As Asefa gets there first, Passy John cleans up and wins the second ball. He looks to go line and use his pace, but great tackle there by Irrigashi. Wins it back though. Does Passy John and eventually loses out to Elton. Here's Garrett. Garrett under pressure from Passy John. Eventually Croydon win out. He's going to go all the way back to Margouche, who puts his foot through that one. It goes very high. Atkinson wins the first one, Elton wins the second header. Barnett wins the third header. Here's Lessie. Lessie looks to spread the play to Rodriguez. He's able to bring it under control. Here's Rodriguez. Crosses, goes far post looking for Barnett. Barnett can't out jump Polly in this instance and Polly clears.
Get up, get up, get up, ball!
Sturt trying to apply as much pressure as they can by getting the ball forward, but Croydon dealing with everything at the moment as Asefa goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. This time Ruth goes long, looking for Lessie on the far side. Can't keep that one in, and it's going to go out for a throw in as Curtis Wesworth looks at his watch. Can't be too much longer left now here at Carina Reserve. Fuller takes this one and goes long. Luca Trimboli wins the flick, but Barnett wins the second balls for Sturt. Atkinson goes in behind looking for Rodriguez, but cut out, and Styles happy just to clear. Here's Irigashi, he can't bring that under control, and Nathan Owens quick onto it. Nathan Owens going forward, looks to switch it, does find Luca Trimboli in the end on his left, he hits it, and he's hit the bar! What an effort from Luca Trimboli, beat the keeper but not the bar, as Croydon regain possession. Ryakato goes inside to Owen, this time on his left, goes low but saved by Ruth. And Curtis Wordsworth brings this game to a close as Croydon come away with 2-0 winners in Clemmic's 450th game for the club, with goals from Ryakato in the 48th minute and Styles in the 52nd. Sturt certainly had the better of the chances in the first half but couldn't make them count, as they had 10 shots, 4 on target in that first half, and one of them was a penalty that Daniel Margush came up big to make the save. And Croydon certainly punished Sturt in the second half, as this round 10 RAA NPLSA clash finishes 2-0 to Croydon. As you can see there, 13 shots for Sturt, 4 on target, 11 for Croydon, 3 on target, and 2 of those turned into goals for Croydon. Thank you for joining me on the FSA League's YouTube channel. There are other games on this evening, so go tune into those. I've been your commentator, Mark Talbot. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.